I'm coming for you, baby. We're Wednesday, 20th of April, and I've been waiting for deliveries and doing all my laundry. Basically, super exciting stuff. And I've just received a text message from Bar, basically saying that he's going to the Gary Vaynerchuk event tonight. The tickets are pretty pricey, to say the least, but for some reason, I'm feeling compelled to go, which feels a little bit crazy considering I had this whole day planned and I was going to go to the park, go meet up with my girlfriend up north. Now I don't know what to do. Life's too short, I'm off to see Gary. I had a whole different plan today, but that's how life goes. Sometimes you're just going to grab life by the coconuts. It just feels a bit crazy, because just 2 days ago I started watching Gary Vaynerchuk's blogs, and now here I am on my way to go and see him. More of the story, sometimes you're going to do crazy shit. Just arrived in Whitechapel and I decided to walk to the venue instead of taking the bus. Well, the good news at least is that it's kind of sunny and I managed to pop out my sunglasses. One of the reasons why I'm actually excited to see Gary Vaynerchuk today is that I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with him, to be honest. There's a side of him that really irritates me in terms of this loud, shouting, weirdly articulating guy, but the truth is I find him really compelling, the way that he's completely mastered the skill of speaking your truth. And that's something that I think is really admirable, because in today's world where there's so much bullshit online, especially when it comes down to like your social media profile, how you sound, the kind of pictures that you put up online, it's just so easy to fall into the trap of just being a cookie cutter personality. And what Gary Vee actually brings back to the table is this fresh approach to just don't give a fuck, and he just lays into whatever he feels like laying into. He'll swear, he won't sugarcoat, he won't change according to who he's talking to, which is something which is really rarely seen, to be honest. And you can check out his Daily V on YouTube and you'll see what I mean. You'll go and give keynote talks like board meetings and these executives in suits, and he'll F-bomb the shit out of that talk. And I guess what I'm hoping to get from today's speakers is that breath of inspiration that I haven't allowed myself to soak in for quite some time, as I've been so busy and trying to develop the business on day to day and just trying to figure things out, and I guess taking a bit of a external perspective is going to be a good thing. It does feel totally insane to spend £100 on a ticket, but I've got to be honest, I'm a big believer in growth mindset, where we've really got to shift our perspective from, you know, being a life coach, for example, to actually running a business. Because when you're running a business, you understand that sometimes you've got to break eggs in order to make an omelette, and planting seeds may cost money, but eventually you will see the rewards coming back your way. So I've arrived at York Hall and you can see people starting queuing behind me right about there. It's 4:45, the gates open at 5 to start registering.
Hey! I was like looking at this guy with a gorilla pod. I didn't recognize you.
How you doing, man? That is Bart, by the way, my friend who actually told me about the event, so here we are. Ain't no fucking around. It's 5 PM, the doors are about to open. Look at all these people waiting to get in to see Gary Vee. Pretty fucking awesome. Man, here you go. I'm a standard. Yeah, everything with the book. How excited are you? How excited are you to see Gary?
Almost as excited as seeing myself in the mirror a while ago.
So what's the book about?
This book is basically Dan's take literally on how to be fucking awesome and how to put the middle finger up to the law of attraction and all the woo-woo bullshit, and this is about how to actually just do the fucking work in the right way to attract the right people and to make a difference.
Boom!
Yes, there we go.
Awesome stuff.
That wasn't even rehearsed. That was
that was just being awesome.
You know what I mean?
It's not quite sold out yet, but it's pretty rammed, and I've got to say, being in a boxing venue for a talk on marketing and social media and growing your business is pretty amazing. In about 15 minutes, the speakers are going to take place on the ring. I can imagine that Gary Vaynerchuk, being a massive boxing fan, is literally shitting himself right now with excitement.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Dan Meredith and Franc Feliu proudly bring to you Gary Vaynerchuk. But you also want to make a bigger impact with your business. Raise your hand. Yeah.
I'm also a fitness entrepreneur. And what does that mean? Basically that means that I get paid to do push-ups. The only thing that put me off from becoming a personal trainer was seeing the personal trainers in the gyms, miserable as fuck, putting every hour under the sun into counting reps. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. Because what will happen is I will turn my hobby into a career and I'll end up resenting it. Probably the most fucking stupid thing I've ever said to myself.
I'm a mindset specialist. I catalyse people's minds. I help them with their attitudes, their behaviours, and pretty much what they end up wanting to achieve. Because I believe that whatever you perceive is directly correlated with the actions and the results of those actions. You're only 6 points away from where you need to be or who you want to be connected to. Whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Snapchat, anything that you're talking about socially, you're only 6 points away. To disrupt your industry, I want you to look at what is giving you pain, what keeps you up at night, consumes you through panic, and what scares you the most. And if you want to do something that's going to be magnificent, overcome those 3 and you will go into history. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Shaa Wasmund is, you need to check out her books, you need to check out her website, Freedom Collective on Facebook. Shaa, it's such a pleasure to see you again.
I haven't seen you for so long!
I know! I'm so excited because she's going to deliver a talk right now in the middle of your call.
Can't wait.
Shaa, how excited are you to see me today?
I am massively excited. In fact, I ran across the room. Hold on a second, guys. I ran across the room. You waiting for it? In these shoes. That's how fucking excited I was. I'm allowed to swear. Oh, sorry,
You're
but
so
I
allowed
did.
to swear.
Please put your hands together. Shaa Whalen.
Wow, this is an absolutely spectacular, amazing event. The last time I got into a ring, most of you probably don't know this, but I've had 5 MMA fights. So the last time I had a guy 15 feet away from me ready to rip my fucking face off. The question I have for you guys, and what I want to talk about is, what are you communicating? You are who you are today because of the choices and decisions you made yesterday, are you not? Good or bad? Doesn't fucking matter. You are who you are right now because of all of the shit, good and bad. You know what the hell I'm talking about. Damn near the whole fucking room. Look around, think about this, fellas. But what? Oh, dude, nobody knows. Nobody knows how bad it hurt, right? Nobody fucking knows. I'm an island. It's insane. It's literally insane to get messages from people all over the world saying, you have no idea how much that touched me. The most crucial piece of this is to be real. What's your fucking truth? What burns inside of you? What do you fucking believe about God, about relationships, about the universe, about money, about sex? What do you believe? Not the shit you've been told, not the shit that you've read, not all the bullshit you've been fed since we were little kids. We're like programmed little robots. Do this, don't touch this. What do you fucking believe? What is your truth? Because my truth is not your truth. My truth is not your truth. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I shared my truth, which was I was an asshole, and people were like, they weren't going, yeah, dude, you were a dick. Yeah, let's just like and share the shit out of this so we can make this guy like kill himself with all of his guns, right? It resonated with people. Why? Because we're fucking starving for truth. You share bullshit. Let's call it what it really is. I bet 95% of you would stand up right now if I asked you how much of the stuff that you share is fucking real and authentic. Most of what you share is bullshit, isn't it? Why? Because you don't want to piss anybody off. Why? Because you don't want mom to get upset. You don't want your brother to freaking call you and be like, dude, what the hell, man? You can't talk about that shit. So what do? We resort to sharing bullshit. Your truth is the most powerful lead generator, like mate finder on the planet. I don't give a shit what you believe or not. It's your truth. And I'm cool with it. I legitimately, genuinely don't give a damn if any of you like me. Let me explain this to you. I threw out some shirts. I'd have a beer with any of you. I'd sit down and change a flat tire and do whatever, but I don't give a shit if you like what I post or not. I don't post what I post on Facebook. I don't share my truth to try and sway your mind. I share what I share so the people that think the way that I think, believe the way that I believe, and feel the way I feel, know that they're not alone. And honestly, all of you that changed your profile pictures to a fucking lion, you didn't give a shit about a lion last week. Nobody cared about a lion last week, yet now you're like, the lions, let's save them all. Yet you didn't donate a fucking dime. I did this 4-minute post and shared my truth, my reality, my emotions behind this. As of today, it's got 15 million views, 15.1 million views on my personal Facebook, and it's been shared over 100,000 times at different media outlets. It's probably close to 100 million views just on this one video. I didn't give a shit if you like lions or not. I don't care if you like lions. I don't care what your position of the flag is. It's me. If you like me, cool. If you don't like me, cool.
So I'm here with Sean, who just delivered an inspiring talk. It was fucking amazing.
Thanks,
mate.
bro.
Really.
Appreciate it.
And did you see how people resonated with your message?
Yeah, I could totally feel it. Like the energy was really cool. I ran out of time. I said maybe half of what I wanted to say, and I keep going. But yeah, it was a great event.
I've got like one question for you, which is the big message that really talked to me was this message about stop caring so much about what other people think of you, and instead just like speak your truth and stop being so attached. What do you think is the thing getting in the way of people owning that?
We've been raised in a society where like we're supposed to please everyone, and I don't want to hurt your feelings or say anything that might hurt your friend's feelings or your friend's feelings, and that would mean that I have to say something that's not authentic to me, and I don't believe in that. Like I live a life where if you like what I have to say, awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. But I feel like we've been programmed since little kids, you know, don't push, don't shove, don't do this, don't say anything offensive, quiet down, slow down, calm down, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's not human nature, you know what I mean? And so I feel like the closer we get to being authentic, you know, which is I'm gonna say what I wanna say, and I appreciate if you like it, and I appreciate if you don't like it. But we live in a society where don't say that, you might offend this guy or you might offend that guy, and so we end up saying nothing, and we keep all of this truth inside of us, and it makes for a miserable existence.
Yeah. And especially like around social media, like one of the things that was really fascinating was to hear that it's all organic shares.
Right.
Social media has a tendency to lead people to...
Going off, man.
Social media has a tendency to lead people towards putting up bullshit. How do you find it different having a real conversation with a person versus having a conversation on social media?
So what I found, and again, this is based off of results. Like we can quantify stuff, but my results are showing what it is that the marketplace wants.
Yeah.
And so for me, like I share what I want to share versus what I think the market needs or I think a client wants to hear or whatever. Like I don't have any problems saying, dude, the guy's a total pussy or he's not doing this or not doing that. And you know, we can show how and why, but like the reality is like social media is becoming our new communication.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk more about that and kind of ran out of time, but like it's the present and it is the future. I don't care what anybody says, like if you're not able to orate and deliver this way or on social media, you're done. You're out of the game, I mean, period. Like whether you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. So for me, it's like, get your balls up, share what it is that you want to share. Let the people that think that you're an asshole leave, when you know the people stay, they're part of your tribe. So like what Seth Godin talked about in his book, like filter, you don't need to do that. You just say what you want to say, and the people that want to join your tribe will, and the people that don't won't. And that's cool either way, because if you don't want to be my tribe, why would I want you to be? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really easy. It's so much fucking easier than so many people understand, but they're so terrified to do it.
Sean, thank you so much. Where can people find you? What's the easiest way to we get Facebook? Is that where you hang out?
Just go to Sean Whalen on Facebook. You'll see my beard in the
T-shirts,
Lions
Not Sheep.
Or you go to lionsnotsheep.com.
Go and check him out. Inspiring stuff.
James. I was working from his house in Bath around a kitchen table. I got that job because I've always hustled. I've never rested on my laurels. Only licensed female boxing manager in the world.
How to really create a really unbreakable, unbeatable brand. Customer acquisition is the toughest thing. It's so hard to get them. And here's the thing, most marketers do a crappy job of keeping them.
What are the 3 biggest things that you're both taking away from today?
I'll start with one, story.
Yeah?
Tell your story.
I really like Sean, real raw, and what's the last one? Be real and raw and just...
And relevant, something like that.
Relevant,
yeah, that was it. Yeah. Awesome. Are you guys excited about seeing Gary Vaynerchuk tonight?
Yeah, we're very excited. We flew here from Portugal, so.
No way.
Yeah.
You came all the way from Portugal?
Yeah, we did.
That is amazing. What do you guys do?
So we have a health and fitness business online, and we just kind of travel around. We're currently living in Portugal. We were in Thailand before that.
What?
And just loving it.
Alright guys, check it out, mikeandsusie.com.
Mike is a vegetarian meal, yeah?
Yeah,
I know.
mate, you're going vegan. I've got a footage of you drinking coconut water. You're fucked. Your reputation's over, dude.
Shit.
I'm sending it to Steak Club. So guys, I'm here with Phil Lerney, is that how I pronounce your name properly?
Correct, yeah.
And a bit of a legend in the fitness, and actually spotted him across the room going, I know your face from somewhere, but I wasn't sure where. And then now it all makes sense. Phil, one thing that you probably see over and over again, people that come to you and say, I need help, or I want to get in shape. With all your experience, what would you say is the #1 thing that gets in the way between people where they are and where they want to be? Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that. You just want to instant answer that. Probably the biggest factor is behaviours. People's behaviours and altering people's behaviours, their habits, and to some degree the mindset around these things. So it's addressing those more than addressing. People are always going straight to nutrition, they're going straight to training, whatever it might be, and they're forgetting about the fact that a lot of these things that are inbuilt and the things that people continuously do that are not necessarily wrong, but they're taking the wrong direction towards the goal. So it compromises where they want to be.
Sure.
And I think the biggest factor there is probably the behaviours, the habits that people build into their lives, and part of our job is changing those, giving them new things to look at the context they're put into, and it might be peer pressure, it might be things that are particularly hyper palatable foods, things that resonate.
Old patterns like comfort food,
patterns, it could be emotions, it could be all those things that trigger eating, staying at home, being a bit lazy, that mindset element as well there. So I think that's probably you couldn't really pinpoint it with one word. I think there's a little more to it than that. But.
And you've seen the industry evolve over the years. What do you see as the biggest change that you've seen over the last 10, 15, 20 years in the fitness industry?
Probably the shift in the amount of content that's actually there, which is great.
And information overload as well.
Information overload, that's the other issue, is that, and also a lot of, not necessarily misinformation, but probably information that's given out of context or isn't given its full due.
Sure.
People love sound bites of information. The problem is with sound bites in our industry, sound bites,
out of context.
They're out of context, they're not explained properly, and people will take things very literally. So you'll say something that, this is bad, and therefore people go right across the board, because I believe what this person says, now I'm going to tell everybody else that this is bad. Sure. They didn't say this is bad because of this. And
this research, how was the research conducted? Was it
exactly,
repeated?
Yeah. I mean, research is great, but again, research is one of those things where
they don't take all factors into
it. We could, you can cherry pick anything. Sure. I can find something to tell you that tomatoes bad for you. I can find something to tell you tomatoes incredibly good for you. This is kind of
confusing, right? So how can people actually find the truth for them?
But this is about what we do in the industry, and our job is really to bring all that data together and collate all that data, or just go, look, to the best of my knowledge, and given the data that I've read and the data that I've seen, this is what my outcome is, but the reason my outcome is this is because of this. And then, it almost becomes inconclusive, because what you're saying is that, given what I know, and this is science, you look at studies basically conclude by saying, look, this is what we've taken from the data that we've gathered.
Yeah.
It's our opinion of the data, it's what we interpret from that. So, it's often the same thing, but we've got this whole hub of information, or this hub of data that we've got there, and then we can tie that in with experience, we can tie that in with everything that we as coaches do on a day-to-day basis, and we bring all that together. And now you've got something which encompasses experience, it encompasses science, it encompasses evidence. And you bring all that together, and now all of a sudden you've got something which is, you know, valid, but still begs questions over it. You know what I mean? And there's very little that we deal with that's ever conclusive. You know, we're dealing with the human body, which is massively unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, the most important question of the night is, and be honest with me, are these the most impressive guns you've ever seen in your life?
They're very finite guns, though. They're horned. They're horned, yes.
Phil, thank you so much. Where can people connect with you? Where's the place you hang out?
Best bet to go via my website, which is just phillearning.com. Obviously www. Which I assume most people get. And then have a look at the academy stuff on there. I mean, that's my big project at the moment, is the Advanced Coaching Academy, which is designed for trainers, people new in the industry. It runs through business, it runs through nutrition, it runs through training. And the idea is putting it into context, and also putting it into a usable format, which is what I can pride in. So,
Phil, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's it. Mark Connor holding it. He's going to get the camera. It's just like.
A lot of people are focused on the financial aspects of what they do, and they should. You need money to live in society. I think what I've noticed more and more over the last decade, from the coaching space, from the fitness space, from the business space, both in corporate America and on an individual entrepreneurial level, is we're having a race to the bottom that's driven on results and really not a lot of thought of how we're actually getting there. Something that I know a lot of you have heard from me, and I say it over and over again, and I will continue to say it until the day I die, because even the closest people to me hear it. They may hear it, but they don't act on it, which is, I'm a firm believer with all my heart that the way you make your money is more important than how much you make. And thank you. Asking. The right hook is not taking. This kid, who gained me by buying a $300 Jets helmet and by selling a couple of emails, thought he was entitled to what he was asking for from me in return, which by no shot was equal to what he did. He felt entitled. He felt that I owed him. Please, if you do anything because of this event, please recognize there's no tricking the market. Everything is being documented. You're not so fucking smart.
Judy, she's the best woman in the world.
Judy, you're the best woman in the world. I can't wait to meet you. She's the best woman in the world. Can I meet her? Judy, can I meet you? You're the best fucking woman in the world.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So as you can see, Gary is busy signing off books and taking the time to meet everyone, and really he's been there for about 25 minutes at least, if not 45 minutes. Just meeting people, speaking with people, signing their books. The biggest thing I'm taking away from today is stop giving a fuck about what other people think. And the other thing is, it's not about width, it's about depth. Who gives a shit if you've got 1 million followers if only 2 are actually interacting with you? Focus on those people who are following you already, make their experience remarkable, and be patient, because everything takes time when it comes down to running a business. It's been a really long day, and to be honest, crazy how this morning I woke up. See you guys, cheers. Crazy how this morning I woke up and had no idea that I'd be coming here tonight, and I'm so glad I did. And I guess one of the things I'm walking away with is that sometimes you've just got to take chances. Cheers mate, see you later. There were some really interesting speakers, some less, I guess, interesting than others. I always believe that as long as you can take one thing from a talk or an event, then it's worthwhile. And there were 2 particular speakers that stood out for me today. And Gary was definitely one of them. And it was, sometimes all you need is just to hear it. And there was just so many truth bombs in that conversation. I'm finally back in Peckham, and it's time for me to edit this video, get some sleep. Gary Vaynerchuk made a promise before coming to this talk that it would be the best talk he gave in the UK, and I'm pretty sure he delivered on that promise. Thanks Gary, and I'll see you soon.